Pew pew.
Hey guys. So I haven't made a video for 2 months, and I guess I kind of wanted to update you guys a little bit. This one won't be so much an advice video, but more so like a video about me and what I've been through recently, because 2020 has not been my year, and I feel like for most people it's been a pretty terrible year. Um but yeah, for me this has been like one of the absolute hardest years for me. Um, so I wanted to just go through that, and I actually wanted to make a vlog really bad, but the thing is I don't have the gear for it. I'm getting a camera within the next like 2 weeks or so, and I'll be able to vlog with that. But until then, I guess I'll just talk to you guys a little bit more. I have another rant video coming up as well that I wrote, but I kind of wanted to do this one first, and then I'm gonna kind of do that one after. So to start off, I've had 3 pets pass away this year, which was really shitty for me. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I've actually had a hamster named Emily. I've had her for like 2 years, which I think is not too bad for a hamster. I've actually had a hamster that lived 5 years back in Canada, so I think 5 years is like super rare though. I believe like most of them last like 2 3 years. But yeah, so Emily was actually the first hamster that I bought here, and I loved her so much. I'll show you guys like all the cage space that I got for her, but I was always worried that she never had enough cage space. I got a big reptile enclosure, like a huge enclosure. Like I'll show you guys footage of it, and and that's considered actually pretty big for a hamster. But then I kind of still felt bad, so I ended up getting her a second one and I piled it on top. And then eventually still felt like it wasn't enough, so I got her another cage and then another cage on top of that. So she ended up having like 4 gigantic cages with a lot of space. So I really spoiled her. I loved her so much. She was like the most special hamster that I've ever seen, because usually when you get hamsters, you have to train them to come near you. A lot of hamsters don't want to get near you because they're scared or they just don't like being touched. But Emily was really special because like as soon as you open the cage, she actually just went on your hand. So yeah, I had her for a long time and I got really attached to her, but eventually she started aging and then she passed away, which was really sad for me. But I had a good time with her and I'm really happy that I got her. So a couple months later I got a second hamster, and we weren't planning on getting one, but we kind of just walked in a pet shop and then we were looking through hamsters and it was kind of like a random impulse, which was a really bad idea on our part. But basically we saw this cute little like almost blonde hamster, and we wanted to bring her home because she was really adorable. And then I wanted to make my friend happy because my friend's ferret passed away, and I kind of wanted to make him happy by calling the hamster the same name, which was Lily. So because of that, he got really attached to the hamster, but unfortunately there was something wrong with her and she actually died like within 2 months, which I feel really bad for naming her the name of his pet. So that was a really awful experience because um yeah, please do your research when you buy animals at Petco or those kinds of places, because you don't know if they have like a disease or anything. They don't they don't you don't really know what's happened to them beforehand, and also they're always going to be like a little bit older too, so there's always risks. But I didn't know this because the last 2 times before this that I got a hamster at a pet store, I was always fine. So yeah, that really fucking sucked. I'll tell you that. And then finally, my third. I mean, I have a fourth animal story, but this is the third one who passed away. And this one, I guess, is a little bit understandable because basically I went to an Asian grocery store and I was just like getting groceries, and then I went to like the seafood section, and they were selling live crab. Okay, they were live blue crab, and then I was just like having fun, and then I took like the tong that you pick the crabs up, and I was just poking them, and then there's this one crab that just like pulled the tong, and then I couldn't, like, I thought it was like the cutest thing ever, and then I had to walk away because obviously I like, it's on a pet store, so you can't take it with you. Okay, stop. Let go, please. Let go. And then I started tearing up in front of my friends because I got attached. The moment made me like attached to the crab, and like I didn't want to leave the crab because I because of that moment I just wanted it so bad. And then my friends were like watching me crying, and then they were like, okay, fuck it, we're just gonna go to a pet store and we're gonna get a tank, and we're gonna take this crab because they couldn't handle me being sad. So
What? Wanna take him home? I don't know what to feed him though. What do they feed him? What do you feed crab?
I went back to the fishmonger place, and I I asked the guy for the crab, and his friend actually, the guy who worked with him actually, like, they were having a misunderstanding, and they thought that they misplaced the crab because he thought that he didn't understand what he had asked him to do. So I lost Krabby. What I named it Krabby, and it's actually a girl crab. But luckily last minute he actually remembered where he put the crab, and like he pulled it up, and it was Krabby, and I was so happy. And I didn't lose Krabby, and then I took Krabby in the tank, and I walked out with it. And then like as I was walking out of the grocery, one of my favorite songs just started playing in the grocery out of nowhere, and I thought that was really cool. That was a really nice moment for me because like just as I was walking out, it was happening, and yeah, it was a very happy moment. And then I brought Krabby home, and like and I set Krabby up, and I was really enthralled to have a crab. And yeah, I actually posted Krabby on Instagram. I'll post a video for you guys if you're interested in seeing. Um Unfortunately, Krabby only lasted a couple months, which is actually honestly surprising because you do not know what that crab has been through. Those crabs get like tossed around, and some of them get their claws like ripped off accidentally because they're not obviously taken care of in that way. They're just kept alive to be eaten. So Krabby didn't last that long, unfortunately. But I'm just happy that I like gave Krabby like a decent like end of its life. So I'm happy for that. And yeah, I cried when Krabby passed away, but I'm happy for what I did, and I don't regret it. Okay, and then yeah, it doesn't end. The fourth story is about my cat Pickle. And if you guys know me at all, you know how much I love Pickle. Like, Pickle is literally everything to me. I love her so much. She's literally my child. So when I actually had to take her to the vet for like the for a UTI. And then as I took her, they actually told me that she had gum disease. I had a second vet appointment later on to check up on the gum disease, and basically I had to find out that they had to pull some of her teeth out because she had like a pretty bad infection. And that essentially means that she had to go under anesthesia. So that means that there's two risks involved in this. Basically, anesthesia, obviously, I think more so for animals than humans, but humans as well, there's always like a small risk of death. That's how anesthesia is. And pulling a cat's teeth out could also pose risks to their health. So yeah, two risks of death could have possibly happened, and that was really 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 scary for me. Because if something happens to her, I am not going to be okay. I can promise you that. So the anesthesia appointment was like almost a month later. So I had to worry for an entire month and be stressed for an entire month. Um, and I just wanted the whole thing to be over with already because I didn't want to like have anxiety over it and think about it. But yeah, the day came, and like the procedure was like three three 3 hours or something like that. And then I was so like anxiety ridden for the entire thing, but I didn't really show it because I know that physically acting it out isn't really gonna help. It's not gonna make things better, you know. It's just gonna make everything worse. And then physically acting out the anxiety is actually just gonna make me feel worse anyway, and then it's also gonna make my friends feel worse, and there's just no point. So I just tried to be as mature and sound as I could throughout all of it. And thankfully they called, and she was completely fine. Um and she recovered like super fast. So holy shit. That was like, okay, not the most stressful, but one of the most stressful months of my entire life. Holy shit, that was so fucking scary. Okay. So there's that. And then the deaths after my three pets don't end there. So my ex passed away like a month ago or so over a heroin overdose. I was actually on vacation, and I found this out of the blue. Uh we I went out with this person when I was 15, and it honestly was a very abusive relationship. It wasn't like a real relationship. um it was one of the worst times in my life, but I don't blame that person because that person has been through so much, and it's not their fault that they turned out the way that they did. And I'm never going to fault them for that. And I was always like, I always really tried to be understanding towards towards how bad of a person they could be sometimes. That's why when I was older, I tried to invite them over to help them, because this person was always really heavily into drugs. Like when we were like around that age, they didn't do any like heavy drugs or anything, but they were very like interested in drugs. Like they were on 420 chan a lot, and they would just like talk about drugs all the time and smoke weed. When I had broken up with them, I'd stopped talking to them, but then when I started talking to them again like 4 years ago, they were doing like heroin and meth. Like they were doing a lot of heavy drugs, and I knew I had to do something because things weren't going to turn out well for this person if I just like leave them alone, you know? So I brought them over and I tried, But the thing is, I'm so busy, and I had like four other people around me at the same time. And then it's really like I couldn't handle with the person's drug addiction on my own, especially with my career and all that. And then on top of that, they were actually it was so bad that they were attempting to bring drugs in, like in the house. Like they were trying to get some in, and we couldn't allow that, obviously, because we didn't want like the cops to get involved and like these shady people to get involved and stuff. So we had to kick them out. We had no choice. Like when it gets that far, you can't like sacrifice your own well-being. So yeah, and then I tried to stay in contact with them, but eventually I kind of lost contact with them because they started going on the deep end a little bit, and it, like the way that they were talking was hard to communicate to them. So eventually I kind of didn't talk to them as much. And just like just a week ago this happened. So I yeah, I couldn't have done anything, obviously, but I still feel really bad because I know this person personally, and I know what they've gone through. And it's just a it's just a really he was having a nightmare, sorry. It was just a really really sad story. So yeah. uh um these are actually like the plushies that that person left behind before they left. And it was just a coincidence that they left them behind, but I'm glad they did because this is like the last memory I have of them. So yeah. This is the final one and also the hardest one to talk about. So as you guys know, my grandmother passed away like 2 months ago or something like that. Around 2 months ago. And it was really awful because I've been away from home for a really long time. And when I I had a talk with my mom, we were like casually talking, and then she was like, "Well, you've been gone for 6 years." And then when she said that, through like a random conversation, I kind of got like existential crisis because it really has been that long, and it feels really horrible. The thing is, I couldn't visit my family because COVID was going on and is still going on. And um if it ended, I would go right now, but I can't. But anyway, as my grandmother was in the hospital, she had like two types of cancer. I couldn't go. This was like in April or something, I believe, April or May. And I wanted to go really bad, and I kept checking. Like I don't really care about news, but I kept checking the news every single day to see if the borders would open up again, and they never did. And even if I could go, I still couldn't visit her because of COVID. The hospitals were like weren't allowing visitors. So I still tried though. um I tried to talk to the doctor, and I asked him for a letter to see her because she was passing away soon. So it could have been like an exception to cross the border, and it worked out. But unfortunately, it was too late. When I finally got the letter and I was finally about to leave, she had already passed away like a couple days after. So what made it even worse is that I got this like cat plush, and like it was like basically a plush to tell her that I appreciated the cat that she got me. So it was basically sorry guys. Anyway, so she got me a cat back when I was like 6 because my mom wouldn't allow me to get one. And I really appreciated that, but I couldn't show her that I appreciated it at the time because of my Asperger's. So I wanted to give her the cat to show her that I appreciated it because I never even got to really have a conversation about with her about it. And I named the cat like its name. I put it on the collar, and it didn't get there in time either, unfortunately. So I'm really sad about that. But um I decided to keep it. Like I decided not to bury it with her. I wanted to keep it because I thought that would um be more special for me. And I did get to write her a letter, and I did get to talk to her on the phone a couple times. And I told her that I wanted to keep her condo in her memory, and how much it meant to me. And I told her like about my Spurgers because we didn't really like get to talk much at all. There's also kind of like a language barrier because she only knows like Italian and French, and I only have no like fluent English. I'm like really really bad at French. I forgot most of my French, so there's that issue as well. So yeah, I told her like how I felt about everything in the letter, and basically she like understood, and she actually wanted to give me the condo. But unfortunately, my uncle wanted like it. Obviously, he wasn't gonna allow that. Because he wants to sell it. Because it's under his name when she passes away. She wanted to give me most of her money from her bank before she passed away, so I could actually pay for it. But she couldn't get out of the hospital in time. She didn't get out of the hospital at all to be able to do that. So it didn't end up happening. And my mom only told me this after she passed away. And yeah, so my grandmother actually really wanted me to have it, and my mom really wants me to have it too. So because of that, because they both really wanted me to have it, and I can understand why too. um it's more than just like a generosity thing. It's not that at all. It's the fact that like she wants to be remembered. So I like feel almost like it's a duty at this point to get it. So I will buy it off my uncle. My mom's actually going to help me. She's going to um basically give me all the money that she's getting from my grandmother who passed away, and actually just giving it to me. And I'm also going to use the money that my grandmother gave to me, and my dad is also going to help me, but it's obviously not enough. um so I'm going to do my very best to be able to afford it. uh it's definitely not going to be easy. I'm definitely putting my back against the wall, but like it's honestly, me having my back against the wall is the way that I've always worked the best. Like I like that's how I even was able to run away and actually succeed in what I wanted to do and have everything I have around me now. Like I started off with like no lights and like roaches and um everything. Like I didn't know how to cook, I didn't know how to take care of myself, but I learned how to do all of that by myself because I had my back against the wall. And I'm the type of person to never give up. I know that you can succeed at anything if you put your absolute mind to it. So to me, this is the most important thing, to be able to do this for my grandmother. So, okay. Yeah. So to me, this is the most important thing that I need to do for my grandmother. I will absolutely succeed at this. I will stop at nothing to succeed at this. For me, I've realized that every bad experience that I've ever gone through is actually an upgrade because I could use it. I could use it as a learning experience, and that's always how I've gotten by, and I've always succeeded like this. Um, I feel like if more people thought like this, then the world would be a better place. So yeah, now you guys know how hard 2020 was and still is for me. I still can't visit my family yet. I really want to. I've been getting really close to them, especially after that incident. I'm still looking at the news every single day. Cuz I just want to like be able to go home. I can't wait for the borders to open and I want to spend a little bit of time there. And yeah. And yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Um so anyway, next I actually really want to get into vlogging again. Like it actually really excites me. Like back then, I feel like I didn't really have a good format down, and also I felt awkward talking and I couldn't like translate the words in my head, but I feel like I can do a lot better now and I want to take vlogging a lot more seriously. So hopefully you guys will see me on this journey and I hope you'll appreciate it. And I have a lot of more fun, interesting content for you guys to come and thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Bye bye.